So should we expect any dancing this time on the show?
I don't think so. You know, you never know. Like if we're gonna be looking for big ratings, so if that's what it takes. But I think we're gonna see more of suits than flamboyant outfits.
Ladies and gentlemen, joining me now is the inventor and CEO of My Pillow, Mr. Mike Windell. Mike, thank you so much for joining me.
Hey, thanks for having me on. This is awesome.
Well, great. Thank you so much. I mean, I know you've been crazy busy. You just told me before this.
Brylan, I'm great. I'm thrilled to be with you. I mean, that was more of a professional intro than they'll give you on CNN, and I suspect your journalistic integrity is also better than CNN. So I'm looking forward to chatting with you, and nothing is off limits. You can ask me absolutely anything. Let's do it.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
But you know, to meet a 13-year-old that cares about this stuff, that knows why they think what they think, and is interested in more of these conversations, there's nothing I can tell you, man. You're doing it, so just keep doing it.
Well, thank you so much. That means a lot. And hey, anytime you need a guest to come on the Room Report, you get my contact information.
I told you, you're a pro, man. You're doing it. You're doing it.
Is Miss Alex Clark. Alex, welcome to the show. How are you?
Hey, what an introduction. Thank you very much. Very happy to be here. Love everything that you're doing. We just think it's the coolest thing here at Turning Point.
Please join me in welcoming from Trump headquarters the Trump 2020 campaign press secretary, Mr. Hogan Gidley. Hogan, welcome to the program. How are you?
Oh, Brian, I'm doing really well. Thanks so much for having me on. I really do appreciate the time.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Next guest knows exactly how powerful alternative media can be in getting your message out there. So joining me now is conservative commentator Brylan Hollyhand, the teenage founder of the Truth Gazette and the host of his own podcast. Brylan, I'm really excited to talk to you. You're kind of a celebrity around here at After Hours because you've had some major interviews with some very big politicians, very big people. But I first want to start at the beginning. What made you decide to get into journalism at such a young age?
That's why I started the Truth Gazette, because these propped up political pundits for the Democrat Party claim to be journalists, sitting in their plushy Washington, D.C. studios. But I'm here on the ground as a political commentator. I don't, put the guard up as a journalist. I claim to be a political commentator. That's what we're doing in the Truth Gazette. I started the Truth on here. Please join me in welcoming to the program host of Hannity on Fox News Channel and author of the new bestseller, Live Free or Die, the legend himself, Mr. Sean Hannity. Sean, welcome to the show. How are you?
That is probably, Brylan, that is probably the nicest introduction I ever got. I've got to tell you, I'm impressed. And, well, first of all, you're 14 years old. I love your passion. Your resourcefulness for getting this interview. Congratulations to all you're doing. I love your passion for politics. I had a passion for politics when I was young, and I listened late at night to the radio, and the great pioneers of talk radio was in its infancy, never knowing in this great country that I'd ever get a chance to achieve my dreams. And I hope and I pray that all of your wonderful dreams come true too.
In these last few weeks, I'm very excited to do my first in-person interview since quarantine lockdown here with Aaron Pernini, Director of the Press Communications for the Trump 2020 campaign. Aaron, thank you so much for making this happen.
Yeah, thank you.
Going so far. Joining me now.
We'll see what happens. You never know.
We'll see. Joining me now here in the great state of Georgia, pretty cool setup we're in, is Executive Vice President of the Trump Organization, author of the new bestseller, Liberal Privilege and Triggered, both two great books if you want to go read them, and most of all, oldest son of President Donald J. Trump. Donald Trump Jr., thank you so much for joining us. Welcome to the show. How are you?
I'm doing well. It's great to be here in Georgia. So that was a pretty awesome experience.
I know, really
like
cool.
1,500 people in a room in Georgia in the middle of the day.
Joe Biden can't fit 15 people.
Well, this would be a Joe Biden rally.
This
two
would be
people. That would be a large one. So that was a little different.
Massive packed the rooms. I'm here today in Washington, D.C., our nation's capital, sitting down with HUD Director Dr. Ben Carson. Secretary Carson, thank you so much for doing this. It means so much.
It's a real pleasure to be here with you, and you're an encouragement to me because seeing young people who are interested in truth and reporting means that there's actually hope for us in this nation.
Yes, sir.
Please follow this young man. He's going places. We're going to have a good one here.
Thank you so much, Secretary Carson. It means the world. We're here in a very special place. Not only our nation's capital, here to fight for President Trump and fight for freedom, but we're here today in the West Wing of the White House. But not only the West Wing, we're here with Kayleigh McEnany, White House Press Secretary, in her office here in the West Wing. I was told right before this interview, this is her first interview in her press secretary office, so we're making history
here on the Truth Gazette. Kaylee McInerney, thank you so much for doing this. It means a lot.
Great to join you, Brylan.
She took some time to sit down with a 14-year-old, and it really means a lot. Thank you so much.
An impressive 14-year-old. With a bright
Absolutely.
future.
Thank you so much. Please keep fighting. Please keep standing up for this country. I know you will. Gotta add this guy to the lineup. This is a legend in conservative politics. Somebody that has taken social media by storm. Leader, let's just say general of the meme wars. Who, I mean, the left can't meme. We'll talk about that later on. But please welcome to the show the one, the only Mr. Benny Johnson. Welcome to the program. How are you doing?
Who wrote that intro? Did my mom write that?
That was
so sweet. That was so nice. Can we just do that again? Can you just say it again? Can I get a recording of that to listen to before?
We'll put it as your ringtone.
That-
I'll record
Yep,
it. You
okay.
can hold it as your ringtone. Just every time you get a text, you can listen to me giving you a little hype up. So.
It's my honor to be on the Truth Gazette. Finally. I've been following your content for so long. I've said, wow, Truth Gazette's where it's at.
Absolutely.
Here with me now to bring some levity to this otherwise frustrating time is Brylan Hollyhan. He's the phenomenal 14-year-old founder of the Truth Gazette. So Brylan, it's been a little bit since we catched up last, but for all of our viewers, Brylan's going to take my job someday, so I'm enjoying it while we can. Brylan, you've had some pretty major interviews over the past couple of days. Can you break those down for us?
Yeah, Alex, we flew up here yesterday from my home state of Alabama and sat down with Secretary Ben Carson for a huge interview. You know, he's a huge mentor to me and the political spectrum. And then last night we were in the West Wing of the White House and sat down with Kaylee McInerney for a huge interview. I've now interviewed all of the White House press secretaries under President Trump that actually just sunk in sitting here. That's huge. And then this morning we sat down with Benny Johnson down the street from the Capitol for a pretty good interview. So we're here tonight on OEN. So we've had a pretty jam-packed schedule. Tomorrow morning we'll be at the White House for a Christmas tour to see the First Lady decorations. So we've got a lot going on. It's a busy trip, but we're enjoying it.
I mean, that right there, that's quite a week ahead of you. That would make a lot of people's careers, but this is just a couple of days in your life, which is something that's really remarkable. But we're talking right now about really the state of the media. It's going